Welcome back. I have a question. This phase, it's not a new phase. It might not even be a phase, but a lot of people don't understand the nature of crystals. What's so special about these crystals, and how do people incorporate them into their daily lives or rituals or anything of that nature?
The way I see it is, everything has its own energy, its own vibration. So crystals coming from the earth or, I don't know, meteorites, they hold their own vibration. And when you actually understand it and what it can do for you, and you put your own intention, your own energy into it, it could be used as a very powerful tool for manifesting, for healing, for really anything. It depends on your intention.
That's how it was explained to me, like similar to like emotions create some type of vibrations. A lot of those things, they coincide. Did you have anything to add on to that?
That's pretty good.
That's it? Come on, man.
You know me, I always get deep, so it's
Get deep.
Got my swimmies.
It's okay.
all right. Hold on. Okay, so I mean, crystals could be protective. You can use them to protect you, right? Or sometimes people could use them for evolution, for internal work. There's masculine and there's feminine crystals, different properties, okay? And they could be used for magical rituals too as well. You could use stuff to bring in like good energy or to ward off bad energy.
Right.
So they can protect.
Or
reflect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I don't know what the goal is for these episodes or what we're doing here, but I always like to kind of include people who are inquisitive about certain things, and because sometimes we start in the middle.
Okay.
So that person that's just getting in, like, I don't understand. I get a vibe when I buy this, or similar to a crucifix might mean something to you. Some people are even afraid to ask those things, whether they believe it or not. And I love to get into that nature of, all right, this is where we're starting, and now walk with us through the enchanted forest, whatever that may be.
All right.
We were talking about, Jimmy, just to bring you up to speed, what crystals mean to certain people, or how they use in certain ways and through life, and because it's very popular now, especially with our age. A lot of people are doing that deep inner shadow work, or just trying to understand that there's something bigger than watching reruns of Friends, whatever that may be.
I think I could say also, since I've been walking around with this Moldavite.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
I've been wearing it for, I want to say over 6 months. And it's been crazy, like just the amount of things that's been happening to me. Like spiritual awakenings, movement and growth in different situations or spiritual groups and stuff like that.
And Moldavite is something that's mined, or how?
No, Moldavite.
How do you come across Moldavite?
It's actually something that is not of this world. This is Moldavite.
What you talking about, Willis?
Meaning, it's an asteroid, right? If I'm not mistaken. So meaning
it's very rare. There's not.
Yeah, that's not like quartz or amethyst, which you could.
You can't mine it from the earth.
Yeah, exactly. There's a limited amount. This little thing right here. Guess how much this little thing costs?
Tell me.
200.
No, not that much, but for the size, all right. Compared to like if you see the crystals Mike has here at the store, at Buddha Belly Records in Sable, they're about like $2-3 crystal, and some of them are bigger than this. This is actually $44.
That's
for
actually
this,
pretty good. I've seen
for this,
like crazy.
but to me, it's tiny compared to all the other stuff he has here.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You get a big selenite for
Now,
$2.
do you have to wear it on you? Can you keep it in your house? Can you put it next to your bed? Like, it doesn't have to be on you.
They say with Moldavite, it's best. Like, if you really want like your life to not change, but accelerate your growth, or rapid transformation, as the Aquarian brother in the West just said. It's
an equestrian.
Aquarius. It's best to keep it on you. So
and it's Moldavite.
Moldavite, yeah.
Moldavite.
Yeah.
So
Those are actually known to get lost very easily. So a lot of people wrap them, or like how you're wearing it is
Yeah.
perfect. It
Yeah.
can't go anywhere.
Yep.
I actually had a piece of moldavite, and I think like my first week I lost it. I had it wrapped. It was a necklace, and I kept feeling for it the whole day. And I was about to get out of my friend's car. I went to check for the necklace, and it was gone. I didn't like take it off or anything. I found the chain in the car, and I never found the moldavite. So
now, do you think, in reference to these crystals, could it be something that you're just conscious of, like when you buy a red car and all of a sudden you see red cars all over the place, right? If you're making a conscious change to change something in your life or to attain something, just the consciousness of it makes you more aware of when things happen, because these things could be happening all the time. We just aren't conscious of it because we're not paying attention to it. But because now we're in the game, or now you're actually conscious to look for it, now you're more susceptible to acknowledge when it happens. Or do you think it's something deeper than that?
Well, I think it could be deep or cannot be deep. It's like, think about, you ever heard of a quartz watch, right? There's quartz crystals in watches.
Right.
What does that do? Because quartz emits a pulse. And that's why there's actually some science that back up the energy that are held within crystals. And when they're pressurized, right, you get a what? What are those pyramid-shaped crystals that have the quartz pressurized with copper around it? Argonite?
You just bought
Yeah.
one.
What's it called? Argonite?
What's it called?
I think so.
Organite pyramid?
The Argonite, yeah. So the pyramids created, with using crystals within them, of quartz, and pressurized with copper around it, because quartz emit a pulse. Hence why they use for watches.
Right.
So meaning that, yes, it could be something in your mind, but there's actually scientific evidence that they had this energy within different crystals.
Yeah, without a doubt, there's certain minerals and stuff that are out there, like quartz, fiber optics, a lot of things of that nature. I've seen it in the craft world. And
think about in computers, there's gold in computers. Why? Because gold is what? Good
Great conductor.
conductors.
Yeah.
Conductors of what?
Electricity.
What's
pulses,
electricity? What's electricity?
Atoms.
Energy too, right?
Energy.
It's energy. Think about it. Electricity is what's allowing us to have this filmed right now. We've been able to harness that raw power of electric. So that's, to me, crystals is a solid form of that. It's locked in there. That's why gold and all these items are used for conductors, because crystals can hold power, or can reflect power too as well.
Yeah.
As a protective agent.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without
Do
a
you
doubt.
think they can amplify power as well?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so the organite pyramids that he has inside.
Yeah.
If you look, there's a piece of quartz in the middle.
Yep.
It's wrapped with copper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a little copper disc it sits on with all these little copper nails.
Tesla coil.
And
Yeah.
and it's all wrapped around the quartz and then strung out to each nail.
Yeah.
So if these things are consciously affecting us in certain ways, how do you protect yourself in that realm, as far as not
Protect yourself from.
not like so if certain stones or crystals are tied to certain emotions
Or
and
they
certain things
absorb.
like that, right?
Well,
right.
they do absorb, like,
Yeah.
energies around them as well. That's why it's important to cleanse them,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're wearing them like every day or frequently using them.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps you kind of transmute any energy that they pick up on, or just cleanse it of that, and then you could recharge it with the same intention or different intentions.
Right.
So it continues to work for you.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, you could use different crystals for like different magical workings, depending on what you're doing. And say you wanna manifest some love, right? You could get crystals that connect to Venus, because Venus is what, the planet of love, right? Sociability. So you could
sell out.
find that, or you could find what's the other one? Citrine is good for abundance. So you could use citrine to help maybe bring in some wealth or some abundance. So they all have different purposes. There's actual crystal Bibles and books that actually have explains what the crystals can be used for magically and physically.
What'd you say, citrine?
Citrine, yeah, right? Citrine.
For abundance.
For abundance,
yeah. Malachite is good for abundance.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's my favorite
Yeah.
for attracting like wealth and things like that.
I like
Keep a couple
organite.
of those in
Organite
your
looks like an
pockets.
asteroid, and organite is good to transmute. So when I first got into it, I would have citrine in one pocket and organite in the other, because I was trying to, attract abundance, and then on the other one, I was trying to like just transmute negativity. So I'm like attracting and transmuting negativity. And I would religiously for years carry around the crystals,
Right.
and bring them out like Thanksgiving. Like, hey, look at the crystals I have. But
I like it.
they work. I like it. Yeah.
So what was it? It was citrine and what was the other one you said?
Mike, can I try one of those?
Malachite.
Malachite is good for attracting wealth, but also
Thank
like,
you.
Actually, really, like, they're awesome.
I'll try one too. I mean, I'll pay for one. But I'll try it. I'll pay for it, but I'll try it. It's good.
thank you.
Oh, you want one too? Oh, everyone's trying. I walk forward.
Do you mind?
No, I don't care. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're here.
All right.
Here to be consumed.
Malachite's
be
good for the heart
consumed.
chakra too.
For the what?
So like the heart chakra, so healing any like emotional blockages, it makes you more open to like receive.
Oh, that's good.
Now,
Okay, so it makes you more open to receive. I'm gonna have to pick some of these things
Rose
up.
quartz is good too, right? For your heart. Yeah, rose.
Rose quartz is good for your heart.
It's
You'll
good for love, I
notice
think,
that-
right?
Yeah, a lot of crystals, the color will correlate with
The
certain
chakra.
planets, chakras.
Mhm.
So like malachite is green. Green is money, wealth, prosperity, but also the heart chakra.
Yeah.
now,
Rose quartz is pink, also heart chakra, love.
So red ones would correlate with Mars, then you said maybe?
It could
Not always,
like
right?
root chakra, sacral
Okay.
chakra, so like I guess Mars as well, or like Saturn. Would you say like?
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, because according to like with Kabbalah, like Saturn would be like black, because it's more like Father Time. It's more up top up here, Chronos, and Gabora or Mars is like the next sphere below that, which is like connects to Mars and like war and severity.
Well,
So,
that would
yeah.
make sense
I'm
with
trying to think what
red.
crystals would be.
Sacral and root chakra makes me think of like courage and
Oh, yeah.
use speaking with confidence, moving with confidence. So that makes me think of like grounding. So like Mars is very much like what do I say?
It's like very martial. It's
Yeah,
a very
very-
like God of War,
Assertive.
so assertive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're in that Mars energy, that's when you're unsheathing the sword. You're about to use the Mars energy.
Which is why a lot of red stones are very good for courage, strength, determination, like helping you feel that like passion or drive to
Yeah.
go after something. They're like assertive energy.
But are there a lot of red stones? I don't like even here. Like how many red
Carnelian,
stones do you
I
have?
wear
Jasper,
carnelian a lot.
Carnelian is one of the first ones I
Red
got.
jasper.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, ruby, right? Ruby.
Ruby.
Um,
I've never really owned a ruby actually when I think about it.
now again, in efforts to blend
Mhm.
the unknown with the known, you mentioned something, magic, right?
Okay.
Could you define exactly what you mean by magic? Because some people hear magic and they're like, oh, pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah. So that type of magic is more like parlor trick magic. With a C at the end. Magic that I'm talking about, it's high magic, so it's CK. So we put a K at the end of the original word magic, so that you could understand that we're not talking about rabbits out of hat. That is not really magic. That's just doing. They have things they do to maybe change their focus. So then look, and the coin's hidden here. So it's not. It's the magic.
Deceptive,
The
right.
deceptive is tricks. But magic, when it comes to using it, for like high magic with crystals,
Ceremonial.
or it could be considered like, turning, the blood into the wine. Meaning, like doing things that don't seem like you could do, right? They seem unfathomable,
Go against the laws of nature.
or follow them,
Oh, okay.
or
okay.
follow them too, or understand, or learn how to go with the flow. Learn how to go with the flow of water, but spiritual water. And so magic is all about, there's theurgy and thaumaturgy. Theurgy is affecting change within your life, and thaumaturgy is affecting change without, meaning external miracles, helping people, healing people. So you could do magic to heal others, or you could do magic to heal yourself. So theurgy
give
and
me-
thaumaturgy.
Give me like an example where like the common person who never, like if we just sit somebody down who doesn't know anything about this, how would you give them an example? Like for me, if I
I'll
was
give
to say
the most basic
ritual,
example.
right? Brushing your teeth is a ritual,
Yeah.
right? Just to kind of take that
Well,
negative
I'll give you.
connotation off.
Right now, I'm going to give you a basic example, a basic ritual that we all do, and we've been doing it since we were 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it is?
No.
We've been involved in it since we were 1 year old.
Okay.
It's magic. We all, every single person in the world since they were 1 year old have been involved with this ritual.
Go ahead.
Magic.
Words or spells. So like
Birthdays?
your spoken word.
Birthdays.
Oh.
Ready?
yeah.
So birthdays. What do you do on a birthday? Ready? You sing "Happy Birthday to You." Right? How many times? 3 times. And you have candles lit. So you sing that. You do a ritual. You're all doing it together. You're all singing it. They're all singing it to you. The candles are there, right? And what do?
Make a wish.
You make a wish and you blow out the candle.
That's deep.
That's magic.
That's deep.
That stems from folk magic, and we still do it today.
That's
Just did it a couple days ago for my sister's birthday. Yeah,
Yeah, it's deep.
and it's something we all do since we were 1 year old. We've always done it.
Okay. So what took you on this journey to really dive deep and say there's something more, or there's something that works for me? Have you done anything that actually worked for you? Maybe it's part of your day-to-day regimen when you wake up. Like give me a little bit more of a in-depth look.
So a couple questions there. So what got me to this, or what do I do?
What got you there? Let's start there.
I mean, it gotta go back to, if it was a movie, it would go back in time to when I was a kid, right? You know how they flash back. So basically, I think, my upbringing, my Christian upbringing, going to church. I grew up Pentecostal, so it's born again Christian church. So, I was around churches where they were tapping into the Holy Spirit. They were tapping into like speaking in tongues. They were tapping into, to like, you would touch someone that would get slain in the Spirit. So I grew up, around that type of religious, charismatic, powerful, energetic, way of
divine.
Of divine, which is a little different from like a Catholic church is more, more formal, right? It's more the homilies and the songs, which is great. There's magic there too as well. So I think that got me a strong foundation of understanding, my faith in God and using the prayers and scriptures to read and pray before tests and doing good. So like I always had that faith, and I think as I started seeking, I got into seeking more Eastern with like Bhakti yoga and kirtan, and eventually learning about the secret and power of manifestation, the power of now, and little by little, and meditation got me connecting it all together, and just becoming a seeker to the point where now I have magical rituals I do every day, every night. I have meditations I do every day, every night. I have prayers I do every day and every night. So it's just these items that strengthen my connection with the divine and strengthen the power of the creative force of the divine in and through me.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Very good. Very good. D. Day's not going well. And you get home, horrible day. What do you do? What's the next move once you get home? Like, where do you find comfort in this life?
The first thing I like to do is, I like to clean my room first, and then smoke cleanse. It's something that helps me a lot, and I use a lot of different things. I really like using mugwort specifically, or like
what's that?
rosemary.
The
Mugwort.
scent?
Yeah, the scent. Well, it's like a bundle of mugwort.
Okay.
Just to kind of cleanse and purify myself of like any energy that I may have took on throughout my day. And then I like to do a prayer, and kind of like banish anything in my space, in my energetic field that could be bothering me. And then after that, I kind of just like to read. I will kind of, right now I have a book that I'm reading, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. And I've been telling everybody about this book. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. It's
profound.
probably annoying at this point.
What was it called again?
But I like that I can just pull any page up and it will just make sense for me.
Right.
Anything I read. It's one of those books. So reading and writing is a very powerful tool for me. Like if I'm uninspired to write, I will read something that just, will invoke some type of feeling within me, something positive.
That's big, and it's a form of charity to yourself. And a lot of times I find people have trouble getting into that repetitive thinking and just kind of hyper focusing on the problems as opposed to going into creation mode or going into journaling, I guess, or anything that'll take your mind. We look at it as a distraction sometimes, but it's really not. If you can't really control this thing, then focus on the other elements of life.
Yeah. Another thing I like to do, which I tell everyone to do this when they tell me they're not in a good mood or they're just not feeling good, is have some tea. Because there's literally a tea for anything. Like there is an herb for everything. And I'm still learning a lot myself with how I can use herbs to heal, for magic, for any purpose. But that's probably what I would do after all of that, or maybe while I'm reading. And
that's one of the oldest things. I'm sorry, Kat. Continue.
Yeah, and water also holds memories. So when I'm making tea for myself, I like to, put my own intentions into it. If I'm just sad, I will speak to my tea, literally into my tea, and ask it to, uplift me or whatever however I want to feel. Yeah, just, put my intentions into it. And I think that's really powerful too. Like that probably helps the most.
Is that something that is like traditionally your family used to do, or how'd you come across that way of living life?
I feel like throughout my life, I've always met people who were really into things like this. My mom, there was always tea in the house. She likes to do a lot of like home remedies.
Right.
So I feel like that's definitely something that influenced me and my sister as well. She's really into tea, but I think for her it's more of like a meditative thing, and for me it is as well. But I also like to use it, magically or for physical benefits rather than just the taste. And I don't know, I've just met so many, like, even strangers in passing. Like, I like to take something away from every conversation I have.
Of course.
So even strangers I've met, I will, notice certain things that really resonate with me. And I feel like I've always been shown signs to use herbs to heal myself because I didn't have the best relationship with food when I was younger, and one thing that really helped me was eating with the intention to, heal my body instead of just eating because I'm hungry. And then that just kind of translated into everything else as well. Like
that's a great mentality to go into life with, doing anything with intention, not just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's deep. What about music, or like I see sound bowls and everything everywhere. That's,
music. I feel like I've been around music since I came out of the womb. Like, that was probably my first love. I would say my cousin. He's kind of like a big brother to me growing up. Him and his brother were both really into music, so I would just like watch them, like they were into rapping or like making their own beats, and I was really inspired by that. I just thought it was fun, it was really cool, so I'd always like sit in and like watch them, and I was like, wow, this is so cool, and then I just never stopped doing it, and I was always like making my own songs, like whether I'm just saying it out loud, and then I started writing it down. So it's always been something that helped me, if I was going through something, or just if, I'm just expressing myself and enjoying it. It also helped me transmute a lot of trauma as well. And I think it's really important for especially young people, to have some type of creative outlet or physical outlet. If you're not into like art and music and writing, whatever it is, like you need to have some sort of outlet to transmute any like negative experiences you have, because then it's just gonna stay stuck in your body.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, just to like you said, an outlet to express is so important, because all that energy is wrapped up in you. You have you need some way to let it out, whether that's expression, and music is one of the most relatable things when it comes to going through any type of life event, whether that's happy or sad. So music is deep. Music is deep. Yeah.
I like drawing, actually.
Drawing, okay.
Yeah, my father got me this like book. It's like, it looks like it's like old leather back, right? It's like has like a cool lock, and then like the parchment papers, it look very ancient, like it looks like an ancient book, and it's blank. And so I've been using it as like my own like grimoire, where I've been just along my magical path and spiritual path, like different things that I learned, different meditations, kind of like drawing it there, drawing stuff on there to like maybe like the stuff to leave behind, where like someone finds it, they'll find a lot of different things,
legacy,
and all like the stuff I've been learning. So this is one meditation I do where I envision myself as a cube in space, and I do it every morning, and I say, I bless creatures known and unknown before me, I send out the energy. Then I do it, I say, bless creatures known and unknown behind me, to my left, to my right, below me, and above me. So I'm just sitting there in space in the cube, just blessing things known and unknown, because I believe there's other life forms out there, and why not just send blessings? So that's one thing I do, and I actually drew like a cube, and I use like color pencils and a person there, and I wrote it, and then have like the energy coming out like different colors.
Yeah,
that's something leaving like a little thing behind, like a roadmap for people of like spiritual practices.
Why do you feel that's necessary? Like what makes you so conscious of the outside world, when so many people are just conscious about what happens to them, right? So many people go into life, I feel selfishly, and they're just worried about their success and whatever they want to attain in life, their goals. It's such a me society. What gives you that mentality of giving? Whether it's karmically,
I think it's my sun sign. I'm Aquarius, so we're a humanitarian. We love people. We love helping people. So I think it's just a big part. I just always love to learn and then teach. It's a big part of my life.
Is there like because legacy is something with me that's big. I always want to leave something for the next generation, or even future generations, or past generations, to get a better understanding of who Danny is, and to help them out in any way, whether that may be a podcast or a conversation, something as simple as a conversation, or just to leave something behind to show what I represented as a person. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Absolutely. I mean, you could, on your tombstone it has 2 dates, right? So it's like, what's in between? Like you like my thing is I'd have to leave my mark. It'd be a waste of life to not have an impact on life, to not want to help other people. It's just from me, like to not, I got this taste of being a seeker and learning and understanding things to the point where I want people to all thirst for that, because I feel like the thirst for knowledge, spiritual food is that water that the Christ talks about, where you will never go thirsty again.
Right.
Once you have that, it's amazing. I love that, and I want to just share it.
Well, it's funny that you said that. On your tombstone there's 2 dates, right? But also in between that, it usually has a description of what, right?
Loving, or dash.
Loving father, or right, who you were.
Yeah.
The acts of service to whoever, what you meant to other people.
I want my shit to be a big pyramid. I want I have songs planned and everything. I want this shit to be like a big thing. Like, we got mystical books. He got this. I want it to be like they go there and it's like, wow,
a whole experience.
Yeah. Tarot cards everywhere.
So I think we're right, like around the time mark. How does Jonathan want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered?
How do you want to be remembered? Give me a
I
couple
shall-
sentences.
I shall be remembered as those
Mm-hmm.
that remember me.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. I thought you said a couple sentences.
That's the back. So the backside. No, that's deep. That's deep. What about you?
I gotta ponder for this one.
Cause you never get to pick. Like even I was I was looking at it like when something happens and like the little card right that has your face on it or your picture.
Oh, yeah.
It's like damn, I don't get to pick that picture.
I'm picking all of it. I want everything. Everything's to be picked. I have picking
This is
everything.
the one.
I'm picking everything. Like there's gonna be special, scriptures and mystical stuff, and I'm gonna leave like notes and leave
This
stuff
is
for
the
like
one.
this family, like this person's getting this, and I'm gonna like send them on like they send you to get this, but you have to go to this place and that place, and I'll leave a special like letter with it. Like I'm gonna like put so much intention to it,
Yeah.
because I just want to just really like share stuff to people, like plant seeds. Like wow, this guy was about the journey. Yeah, I want people have to want to go through journeys. Yeah, momentum morning.
I don't know how I would put this into one sentence, but
Used to.
okay. I want to be remembered as someone who always made people feel seen, heard, and felt.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Because I
friend to all.
really, maybe not to all. I feel like you gotta have some boundaries.
The Taurus
but,
comes out now.
No, but I always hear people out. Like it's important to me that people feel seen, heard, and felt. And if I don't like what I see, hear, and feel, of course, there's some boundaries. But for the most part, that's how I want to be remembered.
That's deep. That's
Yeah.
deep. Very good.
How about you?
Oh me. Man, I never thought about this.
Yeah, you're the one asking the questions.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, same. I'd like to. If I had to be remembered, or if you had to put it on a tombstone, obviously a loving father, friendly neighbor, good friend, but someone you could just sit down and have a conversation with. That's it. Someone who started as a stranger, ended as a friend. Because we all want to be understood, but we forget to be understanding.
Yeah.
Everybody's going through their own kind of journey, and I think to be afforded the opportunity to just be a mirror in a way, right? So you have identity, but again, we come into this world serving. So, when you wake up in the morning, I want to be the question and the answer, right? You wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and oh man, I'm having a hard day, blah, 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 but also the answer.
Yeah.
All right, this is how we're gonna correct.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, just to be someone that offers you the opportunity to understand yourself, just to be of service, and I don't know how to put that into a sentence, but however I'm defined,
The one who served.
yeah, if the way because you don't get to write your own tombstone really, but
Technically,
I
you plan
could,
it.
right?
You plan it all out. You can write it whatever you want. If you plan it out, some people don't. Some people just buy it. But if you plan it out, be like, this is what I want on it. This is where I want it to be at.
I would leave it up to choice. I would leave it up to chance, and hopefully.
No, that's just.
No, because think about it,
Now.
right?
No, I
You-
mean,
you
what-
just you
I
can't
get you.
really.
What's meant.
Yeah,
to
what's
be
meant
there.
for me is for me, and to try to impose some type of will on that, it kind of goes against what I stand for.
Yeah.
Like I'm very ambitious, but I don't like blind ambition because sometimes you could be blessed in the wrong time.
Yeah.
That's
To be
actually-
blessed in the wrong moments or to receive a gift where you can't really fully take advantage of it. That's why I don't make wishes when I blow out candles or anything. I kind of just whatever's for me is for me, and that's it, because there's a lesson in everything, and with that comes knowledge. And how many times have you heard a song as a child, and then you hear it as an adult and you're like, I don't remember that part, and it's hitting at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, So to be, Daniel Maciana from this state, born this state, passed down this state, always in the right place at the right time.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's how it ended. So
What you were saying about the blessing at the wrong time made me think of how you're always like, you can't give a 2-year-old a Ferrari.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
there you go. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Well, thank you for joining us. Please continue to support, and we're here. That's it. There you go.